getting shot in the ear is not taking off the entire head. What kind of demon arrow is this? Yes, this is the part of Berserk that I'm questioning. Alright, so I am finishing up volume 32, and I have a couple thoughts I just want to reflect back on. Broad strokes of the vibes I'm feeling right now of the series and the themes that are being explored right now, and that's going to just be the idea of trust. Because we started off this Millennium Falcon arc guy with Guts being alone with Casca, having rescued her, sacrificed or temporarily put on hold his hatred of Griffith to protect her, choosing Casca, choosing compassion, choosing to feel. And then we see them alone, and when he gave in to that beast madness possession thing, hurt her, scarred her, that it was trauma inflicted upon her by his own hand, and now she doesn't trust him. And him realizing he can't be both. He can't be the shield and the sword. When before in the past, he was so used to just fighting for himself, to live and to survive, to struggle to survive, and so focused on that there. But now he also has to protect someone. This isn't something that I can do alone, so who's he turn to? Farnese and Serpico, they join the party, and these are people who hurt him in the past, who threatened him. Hell, I don't even think he even brought up the fact that Farnese had been torturing him in her tent, but so easily was trust allowed to be established, and that caused a change in both of them. Farnese now protects Casca. She is her lifeline, her protector. She has taken an interest in magic. Coming so far, that changed, and it started with the trust that Guts put in her as she viewed him as a different path for herself. Serpico was a little bit more reluctant to change. He was kind of the steadfast, this is how things are, this is my job, this is my duty. And I guess it sort of changed in the sense of, before he wanted just Farnese to be safe, and now he sees her growth and she's becoming a better person. While he would almost prefer her to be safe in a castle somewhere, this is the path she chose, he will follow. And trusting in Guts and Shurika to not go into berserker mode and kill her. There's a trust placed in Guts that he will protect them, or at least not in madness turn anger against them. Then in the most recent chapters, we had Guts being forced to team up with Zodd in order to take down this greater enemy. And you have the little medium girl talking to Zodd in the forest saying, you have a choice to make. To again battle the sword that once cut your flesh, or to make it your own weapon. Madness or volition, beast or warrior. In that moment, we're very clearly going with, are you going to fight with Guts to help take down our enemy, or are you going to act as a beast and attack on your own? But in retrospect, like, it can be a question that is posed to Guts as well. So many times, he's acted in anger and madness, given into that beast within him, in order to survive. That's what he needed to do to get through the monsters in front of him. But now if he makes active choices to trust his party members, to do what they can to offer their strength to his own, to work with them, he's able to accomplish greater things. We have the choice of protecting Casca, keeping her with him, versus leaving her behind and surviving on his own, trying to solve the problem isolated. But now I'm also wondering if there's such a heavy focus on forgiveness, or mutually sure destructive, the enemy of my enemy kind of thing, together for practicality, but I need to fight with you. In this, are we going to end up having to fight with Griffith? Because I'm not okay with that. I would not be the protagonist in the story, because I would let the world burn before ever working with him again. But like the rest of the world sees Griffith as this savior, a light coming back, and it's like misplaced trust. Like you have the leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knight religion people, Holy See, following Griffith. We have an unknown of, was it Roderick, whoever, Farnese's new fiance buddy. Like, I fully trust him now. I'm buying in. But, like, is that trust misplaced? The trust of the people here and the regular army is clearly misplaced, because they're going to end up following Griffith. I don't want to see Guts being forced to work with Griffith to make the sword that once cut him, to make it your own weapon. Like, are we saying, like, Griffith hurt Guts so much to make him his Guts' own weapon for Guts to be Griffith's weapon to take down a bigger foe. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. I don't want it. I don't want it. If it's for the greater good, maybe I'll accept it. But that just makes him a better person than I would be, because I wouldn't be doing it. What else? I also had an issue in the previous volumes, just because magic's becoming more of a focus. It's not that I disliked the magic, but I was hesitant to accept it. I think that I realized during these recent volumes or chapters why that was. Guts repeatedly said, I am a human, I will fight and kill you as a human, when Sky Thunder Buddy is all like, a human could never defeat me. And I think my issue with the introduction of magic is it doesn't feel that it fits with Guts' story to me, just because if he's going to defeat these enemies as a human, I was reluctant for him to accept magical aid in that, because that doesn't seem like a human thing to do. But I think I fully accepted it now. Partly as well because the Berserker armor, it didn't... Well, I'm sure it offers some physical advantages, but if I keep thinking of it allows you to overcome the limitations of the body so you don't feel the pain, you're still using the strength of a human to defeat these supernatural opponents. And the magic is really fun and really cool. I will accept it as part of the story. It's not an actual problem I'm having, it's just a change that I need to work through. But God Almighty, Guts is still phenomenal in all these chapters. So I got to finish off the last 2 chapters and then continue on. And I'll be finishing up, I think, this arc or this saga very soon. On to Past Jessica. I absolutely love Isidro so much. Okay, Guts and crew in full Berserker armor, but with his consciousness, because our favorite little witch spirit is attached to it to open his eyes so he can fight. All fine. Is going up against one of the sorcerers, and he's powerful as hell. Water spouts coming everywhere, he nearly drowned. He's like, you new young folks don't know who you're dealing with. I pray to the gods all day, every day. I have the advantage. And then all of a sudden, explosion behind him, because Isidro threw one of his star bomb things, and I love this little kid. I love that he comes out of nowhere. It's like, I'm the star here, and going up against people that he has no business fighting, and I love him. I don't like child characters, but I love Isidro. Obligatory statement to say that the art style is also beautiful. That goes without saying. No, the whole man's just like my back. I just love the moments of humor in Berserk, okay? Alright, so they summoned the Wheel of Agony fire thing and took down the serpent, but then the sorcerer summoned a bird and tried to fly away, but the lightning smoke emperor guy, apostle, appeared and then electrocuted the guy on the bird because he's upset that he lost, and now he's talking to Guts and zapping everything around him. He's an enemy of Griffin, which we already knew, but Guts didn't know that. And he says, but you are not a mere warriors, especially you, name I'm not pronouncing, that means beast face or beast mask. You bear the scent of some connection to us of the spirit world. Are you a follower of my arch enemy, the Hawk? So interesting. Okay, this man's gonna get his ass beat if he keeps calling Guts the Hawk's captain, because that's not what you want to call him. Lightning strikes again. Apparently it's very admirable that he survived the first 2 times. The third time's come would have destroyed him, but he used the sword as a lightning rod. And now Guts is like laughing. That's the worst joke I've ever heard in terms of timing anyway. Screw you, I'm the purebred human right down to the bone. Don't mistake me for one of your freaks. I'm surprised he's not angry about being called the Hawk's captain. He's definitely not happy about it. He grits his teeth. Okay, now he's noticed the mark on his neck. Is like, oh, so that's it. Interesting. So you're one of the branded. Ooh, I have a proposition for you. Would you consent to serving under us? He's not going to agree to that. So that being said, you're kind of outmatched right now. Electrocuted guy on the bird again. Nearly, who he opposed the idea of Guts working for them. Nearly every apostle in this world has now gathered beneath the Hawk's flag. Naturally, included among them must be one who carved the brand onto you, the one who gave you hatred so intense. You survived inescapable terror and despair, as well as spiritual darkness. We find you agreeable. Your malevolence, your madness are indeed fitting for this bloodstained world of man. We are supreme rulers of the crucible of chaos. God, you're monologuing a lot. If anyone lay hands on our beloved Corruption, even if they be divined, we shall defile, violate, and ravish them. God almighty. Take your blood imbued with malevolence, pour it into our military rule, and sink the hawk and the insects that swarm to his light into the murky sea. Are we going to do a full-on like soliloquy here? Your heart goes on beating for that purpose and that alone. And they're all just staring at him because he's a monologuing jerk. Gut says, now this is a surprise, an apostle who poses the god's hand. So in the end, you're a mad dog who bites his master. Nice. I can't say I don't appreciate that. But you know, I just don't have the time. Sorry to turn you down. I couldn't care less about some feud between monsters. Go ask somebody else. That sounds like Guts. He's not working for monsters. He's going to defeat them as a human. Alright, Lightning Guy is mad. Troll things are swarming the city. Ah, hey, look, Zodd's coming. He's going to eat all the trolls. Demon winged monsters are flying in. I like Sonya. So she is waiting to talk to Zodd as he's leaving to go to battle and gives him a prophecy. You have a choice to make, yada yada, as does the one you're drawn to. And he's like, what's that mean? I don't know. I guess that's what prophecies mean, because she's all being all cryptic. And then, what's his name? Oh, I forget his name. Doesn't matter. The guy whose name I keep forgetting and then remember halfway through. He's got a dumb name. Doesn't matter. He's just like, you really are fearless. And she's like, why is that? It's like, you just went up to Zodd and just talking to him so casually. Why do you think he means? She's sweet. I like her. She's creepy cute, and I like her. All right, so Guts and Zodd teamed up and said, all right, we kill the big lightning guy first, and then we will kill each other afterwards. So that's what they do. It doesn't really kill the lightning guy. He just wakes up from his dream in his castle. Everyone's shocked that they took him down. And then Serpico has to convince Guts not to pick a fight with Zodd, because when Guts is like, all right, ready to fight, he barely drags himself up. Zodd's just, yeah, you're pathetic. We'll deal with this some other time. Until, oh yeah, it was also funny because another apostle-y guy came up trying to eat Guts because he's seen the mark for sacrifice. But Zodd just grabs him by the neck, and he's basically all neck, honestly, this little demony thing. And it's just like, nope, we're done. We came here to wage war, not to eat the humans. Let's go. And Guts is just like, is Griffith on his way? Where is Griffith? And when Zodd's just like, will you attack him if he comes riding in? Because if so, I'm going to kill you here and now. And Serpico has to get between them and be like, nope, we're done. It's all good. You let us leave, we're leaving. They go and they find their boat. All well and good. So I like that. I like this short little team up with Zodd. All right, I'm all kinds of confused because Robin Hood, the guy who's working for Griffith, is shooting arrows at the invading army, and it's like going into their head, but then like their neck is chopped off. And like, look at this. Headless soldier, head on the ground. Arrows flying, hits them and takes the entire head off, even though it's just piercing the skull. I'm not arguing that it wouldn't kill him. I'm arguing that getting shot in the ear is not taking off the entire head. What kind of demon arrow is this? Yes, this is the part of Berserk that I'm questioning. So before this moment, the Holy See army people, Farnesi's family and friends and army people in the past, were surrounded by the Kushan Empire, massive army, completely outnumbered, but Griffith's forces are here now to help, and Robin Hood's doing a very good job picking them off. Oh, there's also elephants, and they're just trampling everybody. No words, just Griffith versus Emperor Buddy. My god. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. The Demon King Emperor Buddy is going off on his little monologue saying how powerful he is, and he's going to sully Griffith. And Griffith is just like, yeah, we just blew a hole in the wall, crumbles, the wind comes in, blows away all his smoky form, thunder form, and it's just like he turns into his human form, and it's just like, I know you're not here, I know you can turn into mist, my sword's not going to pierce you, I can't take you hostage, run along now, peasant. We'll fight at the main battlegrounds. It's like, yes, as you say, it's a stalemate here. I'll meet you at the demon city. And he's gone, and their army's retreating. That's unfortunate. I thought we were gonna have an epic battle here. Okay, confirmed. Griffin has his kingdom now in his castle because he's now betrothed to Princess Charlotte. Not that we didn't see that coming, and it hasn't been spelled in the last couple chapters, but still. She deserves better. Get her away from this man. Please, I beg of you. It was a hilarious little interaction, though, because he just rolled up on the Lords of the Midlands with the Holy See, and they're all just like, who are you to boss us around? Like, we appreciate you saving our lives, because we were completely outnumbered, about to be wiped out and destroyed, but how come you're coming in talking like you're hot shit? And he's just like, I'm the supreme commander of these lands now. Like, nonsense, that can only be held by someone with royal blood and title, or noble blood and title, and he's just like, I've been given this title and command by the royal house, and they're like, you liar, you were a traitor, and we heard the rumors, and they're all like, yeah, that was a misunderstanding, don't you see? Out comes Princess Charlotte on her horse. Should she not be queen? Is her father not dead? Wouldn't she inherit? Is she not Queen Charlotte now, not Princess Charlotte, unless her dad's still alive? Doesn't matter. She says her betrothed and leader of the Band of the Hawk has been designated Supreme Commander of the Midland Regular Army. He's going to be king, and he's going to get his castle, and I need someone to kill this man for what he's done. That's a decent enough place to stop for now. I'm over halfway through this volume set. How do I feel about Griffith doing good things and protecting people after he's done terrible, unforgivable things? I'm not going to entertain the idea that he could have a redemption arc, because no. It's interesting. It's an interesting storyline to establish, or to explore.